Most hunters are overpaying for their cell camera plans. Well, today the Narrow Way is going to break down the 4 major brands, and I'm going to show you which one has the best deal, sticking with Tactacam. So let's get into Tactacam right here, everybody. So we're here at the Tactacam's website. These are their cameras. We're not going to go too in depth of the cameras and their functions and stuff like that. We'll just kind of give you their basic setups, and you can see the price right here. So these are probably starting from the highest end with the Reveal Ultra all the way down to the Reveal 3.0. So on their website, it's showing what, three cameras. One for $179, $149, and $119. And I'm sure each camera has different video quality, stuff like that. But these are the cameras that Tactacam are showing available. So let's get into the plans. The apps and the plans, the data plans, is where you're going to spend your most money. And that's what here at the Narrow Way we're going to try to talk about today, is which plan gives you the best result with the lowest price. Okay, so we're going to go to their plans here for the Reveal. And like I said, you can download their apps. Most all these cameras have apps that you download, and that's where the the photos come to. And you can most all camera plans that we're going to talk about have the dual data plan, where it either uses Verizon or my goodness, I done forgot the let me think Verizon, or let me look. AT&T. My goodness, it daggum slipped my mind. Don't get old, everybody. Once you get old, you start losing things. So they are going to use those two towers. So what it is they're going to grab what tower has the best signal. So one of your cameras might be on a Verizon tower and the other camera might be on AT&T. So most all cameras have that type of plan now. So on Tactacam, each plan also you can play yearly or monthly. If you do the yearly subscription, it's going to be a little bit cheaper than the monthly. It does save you some money. Tactacam says it saves up to 23% to go to the yearly instead of monthly. But on the monthly plan, for your starter plan, you get 250 photos, and that's $5 per camera. Okay, so if you got 5 cameras, that's $25 a month. You're paying for 250 cameras, 250 photos each month. And it says 250 photos for the starter plan, and let's see what that would be yearly. $55 US dollars per camera. Each additional camera per year is $55. So that's $55 a year. So that saves, like I said, 23%. I'm trying to think of what that is to the math. You save about $5, because $5 a month for 12 months, that's $60. It's $85. So you saved $25. Alright, the intermediate plan, if you're looking at, is $8. It comes with 500 photos, and each additional camera is $750 a month. And the Pro plan, which they're going to recommend the better one, is unlimited for $13. And so what this does, everybody, is let's go down, and it kind of give you a good breakdown here of all of them together. So like I said, the starter plan, each additional camera costs $5, $750 for the immediate. Pro plan is $12. Each additional camera costs yearly, and that's just that breakdown. Overage protection, you get $5. You can add 250 photos for this one. This one does have video request, and this is for the Tactacam. And so you can see here, for just a starter is $55 a year, $5 monthly if you do it monthly. Alright, let's talk about, like you said, it says all major cellular networks, And what this does is, how I hunt, everybody, is I hunt on public land. So I'm not having my camera by a feeder, which is going to take 1,000 pictures a month. You know what I mean? I've set it on a trail on public land, and it'll get 5 or 6 photos a night, maybe. You know, sometimes not at all. It's just I put them on game trails where I think the bucks are coming and stuff like that. So I don't get as many photos, so I don't have to have the unlimited plan. That's just me. So if you hunt on public land, or you're hunting just game trails where you think the bucks are coming, you don't need the higher pro plan with a lot of photos, unlimited photos. You know, stick to what you're hunting and basic off of that. You know what I mean? So this is Tactacam. All these brands are going to be similar. You know, there's some of the fine print that you have to look at, but that was Tactacam. Now we're going to Moultrie. I've heard good things about Moultrie. I don't have any Moultrie cameras. They're pretty close to where we're at in Georgia. I live in Alabama, but I hear good results from Moultrie. But it looks like they have more cameras, a little bit cheaper price for sure. And so here's the lineup of their cameras, and it gives, you know, pictures on demand. It gives the resolution of the camera and the video resolution, the flash range, and the trigger speed. So, you know, your solar one's $150, the Edge 3 Pro 140, and the Edge 2 here's the lowest end, and it tells you what it can do 1080 videos with sound. So the price is cheaper for sure. Pretty nice little camera. You know, it's not camo or nothing, but what do you really need the camo? Alright, so that's that. That gives you the list of what each camera functions, has the, you know, what accessories come with it. And like I said, you get the Moultrie app. Here's some other accessories that go with it, the mountain brackets. Now let's go to their plans and see what it has. Alright, their camera plans is $9 a month standard. It gives you 1,000 images, so you know, for $9 it gives you 1,000 instead of 250. 10 videos, and you can share, camera sharing. The unlimited is $13 a month, and it gives you unlimited images, 50 videos, camera sharing, plus the free app features. And this is on the yearly, so if we want to go to monthly, it changes to $10 a month, $17, and $35. And what's pretty neat is up here, if you're running more cameras, you can say how many cameras you got, and boom, it tells you what it is per month if you have a certain amount of cameras. So if you're running 4 cameras, it's $40 a month for 1,000 images, 10 videos, and this is per camera now, okay? So $40 total, but 1,000 images for one camera, 1,000 images for a second camera, third camera, fourth camera, and so on. So pretty good deal here. And you can add 500 images for $5 or 50 videos for $1, and that applies to all plans. This one applies for the standard plan users. So this is Moultrie. So Moultrie has a pretty good basics here. You know, if I would have started and went a route, this would probably be one of the ones high on the radar here, would be the Moultrie. Next up, we're going to Stealth Cam. Here are their cameras. They're got the similar setup. We got one for $60 here. The Fusion 2.0 is $80. We've got, so they're in the price range for all these are pretty similar. They have more of a selection for sure. So let's go to their data plans and see what types they have. So for their standard, now is this, this is annually and monthly, it shows it here. For their standard monthly is $5. It's 600 photos, 200 video previews. So you have to pay extra for the video downloads and extra for the on-demand videos for the standard. $5 monthly, $75 yearly. You get 600 photos. $48 if you just buy annually, and this is per camera now. So if you had 4 cameras, just multiply 5 times 4, or 48 times. I would think they would have. I do not see it, but you think if you had more cameras, it would be cheaper annually, but it don't show that. Here we go. Discount pricing tiers. Second camera's $15 a month, $11 up to the 7th, and then after that it's an additional 8 months. And like I said, it's got a dual network connection where it uses AT&T and Verizon. Got that going for them. So their plus is 1,200 photos, 400 video previews. This one includes HD photos, 25 cents a download for the videos. The unlimited, $20 a month. I just feel like this is a little bit higher tier price than you'd really want to go for. There's better deals out there than this one, I believe, everybody, than Stealth Cam. So I'm not going to spend too much on this. If you want to check them out, stealthcam.com. And we're going to the ones that I have, and I might get some backlash, but that's just where I started, and I haven't had bad problems with them. I've had the problems with these cameras is probably what people have with all cameras. Is I put a camera up, the wind blows and it blows a twig or a leaf, it takes a photo. Not the camera's fault. I think it was just the leaf activating the sensor. So, do I put them in places where I don't have good cell service? Yeah. But will you have that with all other cameras? Yeah. I've been pleased with them. I've heard a lot of backlash from them, but it's SpyPoint. I run SpyPoint cameras. I have 6 of them, and to me personally now, of the hunting style that I do, this is where I get the most bang for the buck, okay? I have, like I said, 6 cameras. There's some of the older Flex ones, the LTEs, and I got them for a good price. I bought like 4 at one time, and they were like $30 a piece with the bundle. And on their website right here, you can buy 6 pre-owned ones for $180. So that's $30 a piece for these cameras right here. $180 a 6-pack, pre-owned. That's $30 a camera. You can't beat that. They go up to 32 gig of memory cards that you slide in. So this is what I go with, everybody. And what I do is we'll go to their plans, and I'll show you their plans. So annually right here, this is their annual. If you paid one price, boom. For unlimited, it's $10 a month per camera. And standard is $84. Basic is $48. You get 250 photos. 1,000 photos for the standard, unlimited for the premium. So if you do it per month, it's $5 a month for the basic, $10 a month for the standard, $15 for the unlimited. And this is per camera now, okay? But what I've done is you see right here where it says Insiders Club. I'm in the Insiders Club, and it's $99 a year. And it will show you the benefits and all that you get. So it's $99, just say $100. And what we get for that is you get per camera. Once you activate it, you get 100 pictures for free. So if you just set it out there, you get 100 free, and you don't have to do nothing. All right, I went to the Insiders Club, so that bumps that 100 up to 250 photos. So per camera that I have, I get 250 free pictures monthly. So that $100 gets me unlimited cameras with 250 pictures a piece. So 6 cameras, 250 per camera. You can have as many as you want cameras. And then right here, the Insiders Club, you just got a better price with the annual billings, the standards and premiums of your data plans instead of if you were not in the Insiders Club. saves you a couple bucks here on the monthly, $3 on the premium. But to me, like I said, I hunt public, and if I hunted private, I'm still not going to put it out on these cameras how I hunt. I'm not going to put them out on some food source, big corn pile where it's going to take 500 pictures a night. You know what I mean? So I'm getting 8 or 10 pictures a night, maybe I get that. So the 250 monthly pictures is perfect for me. Now, when I got into the rut here in Alabama, it got pretty close to the limit, but I never went over. I did go over my limit once or twice, is because it was where the wind blew and it was a leaf and it just took a picture after picture after picture, and I just turned that camera off until it restarted the month, and I turned it back on. So that was more human error than the camera's fault. So anyway, narrow way here, and I just wanted to let you know of the different data plans. So I just don't want y'all to just go buy a cell camera and say, oh, I got a cell camera now, and then you're having to pay more for a data plan to get your pictures to your phone that you might not have realized in the beginning. See what I'm saying? So do your homework. You can check out these websites. Find out what type of hunting that you want to do. If it is putting a camera out by a food plot or something like that, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Just try to pick your plan according to the price. I'm just trying to save you some money in the long run, where you don't have to pay so much monthly fees for a camera bringing in pictures and transmission. So Jeff here at Nailway, thank y'all, subscribe, and we'll see y'all hunting.